Friday the 13th is coming up.
Yeah.
Is Johnny Day superstitious, or what do you believe in?
Oh man, superstitions. Honestly, I believe that God has way more control over this than we give him credit for. So as far as superstitions, I mean, I don't believe in coincidences. So I don't get scared of Friday the 13th.
Right.
You know, you could go into a whole spiritual talk about that, about all the principalities and stuff that are at work. You know, I do believe in that they're, you know, that we're fighting something spiritual. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. So, and I know he has full control, and as long as I have to keep my faith in him and draw on him for everything I need, I'm going to be good. So it doesn't matter if it's Friday the 13th or the 20th.
Right. I feel you. I believe in the Lord deep in my heart. And if I see a black cat, I'm not like worried. If I'm gonna step on a crack, someone's gonna hurt their back or any of that stuff. But I mean, I do believe that, you know, believers and musicians, we cross paths for a reason.
Of course. Yeah.
I just believe in, you know, putting in the hard work, getting out there. And, you know, two things that inspire me to do this. We had the tornadoes that came through last Monday. Devastation. We're all trying to get through that. But I recently lost my grandmother, and then 2 years before that I lost my grandfather, so I was just kind of lost, just going through emotions to make it and to pay bills, and I was like, you know what, I've been talking about doing all this stuff, and now I'm actually executing on that. So you have to have a plan, and then not just talk about it, but go out there and do it. And I mean, I've definitely seen that in you in the last 6 months, which is really cool, and it inspires me a lot too. So
yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I've been talking about doing so much stuff lately, and like I said, we're so myself. It's constantly fighting a battle within yourself. You know, your selfish desire just to sit around and eat potato chips. You know, everybody wants at your heart. I don't care who you are. You know, at your heart, everyone wishes they just had $1 million sitting next to them. A bag of potato chips right here, and their favoriteest movie that was like they're watching it for the first time every time they clicked it on. It would be great, right? You know, but I believe that's a deceiving thought. I believe actually if you do indulge in that, and if you did have all that, you'd probably be one of the most saddest people on the planet, you know, because we're all meant to do something, every single one of us, and I've experienced it lately as being a good steward, you know, not just to my family, but to everything I do and to my relationships and to everyone around me. And it starts with your house, you know. And so, like, that's been the biggest thing for me, is because I just had my daughter, right, in November 18th. And so we spent all of Christmas and everything back in Colorado with our family. And then we came back at the end of January. I got here. I took 3 weeks off from work. Worked on my house and getting started on it. Like I have to show you a picture after this, but it was crazy because I laid down the floors, I did the paint and all that, and I redid the crown molding, had to figure out how to do all that, you know, and redid the fence, and it was like so much resistance to do it, you know, in the beginning, but once I got started and once I did it, man, it changed the way I viewed my house, and the way I felt about my house, and then it changed my wife, and it, you know, just putting that energy and that time into it, and then just drawing on the Lord for the strength to get it done. It does something different to you, and it's creating, like, because we all want to create. You know,
we do.
You know, exactly.
And that's so incredible that you say that today, because yesterday at church, Landon Galloway spoke on that exact subject.
Exactly.
And you know, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Yeah. And that's so cool. Like, I've seen all this stuff. Like, I've seen you grow. Seeing all this cool stuff happen, so I'm excited for you, man.
Dude, God is crazy, man. He leads us, and then just getting in the Word and believing and seeking, man. And He tells you, you know, having people like you to share it with, it just makes it even better. And hearing your story about your grandparents, because those times, you know, that we lose somebody and it's hard and it's difficult, it allows us to be pruned, you know, all to God to really show us, you know, like, okay, this is why you need me. This is like, you know, you relied on this person, you relied on this, you relied on that, now it's not there, what are you going to do? You know, and then you have no choice but to turn to Him. I can see it in. That's why you're taking action. You know, it's like it's time to stop waiting. It's time to start doing it and stop listening to the excuses and the lies, because that's what it is, man. I was listening to Jocko the other day, and he's like, his biggest thing is like, how do you not procrastinate? And he's like, first off, you have to believe that every excuse you have that runs through your mind is a lie. They're all lies. It's all lies of the enemy. Every excuse that runs, oh, I can't do this today because I got this going on. I don't got enough time. It's like, you do. You're gonna be tired. You know, that's what I found out too. Ever since I listened to that and started believing all my excuses are lies. Like, I'm tired. There's not enough time to get stuff done. You know, because you're constantly doing it. But they will get done. You just got to keep going after it.
Well, one cool thing that you guys probably don't know about myself and Johnny Day is we share the same birthday.
Yes, sir.
A little older. It's December 10th. Mine was 1980.
I was 1993.
So we didn't even realize that until like Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like, holy cow, this dude has the same birthday as me. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool to be able to like share that with somebody that, you know, I look up to and share these experiences with.
Likewise.
Thank you. One last question. What would you like to say to your fans?
That's a great question. I'd love to promote myself, of course, but actually, honestly, I don't like promoting myself. I'd rather people just find it and be like, oh, this is gold, but that's not how it works. But what I'd like to tell you guys is I love you, and I thank you for your support and everyone that shared the song and, you know, followed me on this journey. And, you know, and all the feedback I've heard from everybody that have listened to the song, it's, oh my goodness, it freaks me out, and it's like I am doing this for a purpose. And so thank you for responding and interacting with me on social media and all that stuff, because it gives me purpose to keep going and you know, keep sharing what this gift that God's given me, and hopefully add value to your life. And that's my goal, is to add value to everyone that I come in contact with. So hopefully you gain value from this interaction, and I know I did. So that's I
have, yeah. Over the last 2 years, I've always tried to be the light. When we met and connected, I realized there's something deep and spiritual and special about Johnny. You know, you guys realize that too, so definitely appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come chill and rap with me. Just talk.
Yes, sir. Hey, let's do it again.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Let's do it again.